Welcome to HelpYourMath.com. In today's video, we're going to be covering problem 3 from the midterm of the MAT 150.5 Statistics Midterm Practice Exam. In this problem, we're dealing with expected value, and as we see, the problem says, from the table below, find the expected values of hours of studying of math per day. In the table here, we have X representing the hours of studying, and we have the values 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And on the right side of the column, we have the probability of X, which corresponds to each value, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, with 1 over 20, 2 over 5, 2 over 5, 1 over 10, and 1 over 20. Now, before we could begin to take the expected value of this problem, we have to check a couple of things. First of all, we know for anything to be a probability distribution, our sum of the probability of X must account to be 1. And also, each probability on the list must be between 0 and 1. And nothing can be negative or below 1, and nothing can be above 1. So our first step in solving this problem is to check our sum of P of X. Now, to do this, we're going to have to change all of these values to decimals. So we're going to use a calculator to calculate every single value. When we divide 1 by 20, we get 0.05. When we divide 2 by 5, we get 0.40. And I'm using the second position here because this has 2 positions on the decimal. This makes it easier for me to add things up. 2 over 5 again is 0.40. The third one here gives me 0.10. And the last one again gives me the same as the first, 0.05. Now the same way you're calculating this with your calculator, you want to use your calculator to add every single line. This makes it easier for you, you know. We make subtle mistakes sometimes when calculating things, and it's easier to just let your calculator do this part, all right? So taking the sum of P of X here, we see that we have a sum of perfectly 1.00. Now this passes our first rule, and the second rule is nothing can be negative or above 1.0 on the probability list. And we see everything is between 0 and 1. So we're fine, and it passes both restrictions. So this qualifies as a probability distribution, which allows us to find the expected value of this table. Now the next component of finding the expected value is pretty simple. We just want to take every value of X and multiply with every value of P of X and make a column for it here right next to it. So we'll call this column X times P of X. And when we get the sum of this column, we'll have our expected value. And so our E of X, or what we like to call the sum of P of X, times X is our expected value. And the formula for this is just the sum of every value of X times every value of P of X. And so this column makes it pretty simple for us to add it up. So we do 0 times 0.05. Again, use your calculators when making these calculations. And we get 0.00 here. 1 times 0.40 is just 0.40. The next one we have 2 times 0.40, and that's 0.80. Then we're doing 3 times 0.10, which gives us 0.30. And finally 4 times 0.05. That's the same as 4 nickels, right? So that's 20 cents. Now, to find the expected value, we have to find the sum of this column, which is right here, which is the same as doing these independently. We can also do these in a second way. I'm going to show you the second way right after I finish this way. So let's take the sum of this column to find our expected value, right? So here we have 40 cents, 80 cents, that's $1.20, plus 30 cents, that's $1.50, plus 20 cents again, $1.70. So our expected value for this is 1.7, and that would represent the average number of hours. From this table, we see that people are studying mathematics per day. Now, the second way that I wanted to talk about getting this value is doing it the long way. We don't always necessarily have to create this column. It's functional to some people. It makes it easier for some of us, but for some of us it could also complicate it because the actual work for the expected value is the product of each term here times each term here. So we could just write the list out. And this makes it easier for those of you using TIs to calculate this because you can see it exactly as you're calculating it. Some people like to do it manually because they feel comfortable with their mathematics, but to be honest, if we're taking each value against each other value, it's a little bit easier also. So we have 0 times 0.05 plus 1 times 0.40 plus 2 times 0.40. We're adding to that 3 times 0.10 plus 4 times 0.05. And this is useful because this is exactly as it looks on your calculator when you're calculating it. So since you're mainly using your calculator to do these calculations, it's essential to do it this way. And we see here the first one gives us 0. The second one gives us 40 cents. The third one here gives us 80 cents. The fourth one here gives us 30 cents. And the fifth one gives us 20 cents. And this gives us the same sum, right? We have here 80 plus 40 cents, that's $1.20, plus 30 cents, that's $1.50, plus 20 more cents, $1.70. And our expected value is 1.7 hours of studying. Right? Thank you.